What movie actually has a terrible message? Any one of them where the unattractive, albeit smart or talented, girl has to change everything about herself to get the popular guy who only sees her for the they created her into. Grease. Start smoking. A lot of romance movies. Girl says no. Guy continues to go after her until she eventually changes her mind. Super creepy lol. Not a movie, but that episode of Family Guy where Meg finally calls out her family on their treatment of her, but then takes it all back at the end because singling her out for abuse is what keeps them all together, I guess. Annabelle's Wish has a great message about the spirit of Christmas, and it's still one of my favorite Christmas movies. But the kid clearly has severe PTSD from watching his parents die and then almost dying himself in an unrelated event. And the evil aunt wants to adopt him so she can take him to therapy, which his grandfather doesn't believe in. Watching as a kid you just want to see the kid stay on the farm and hang out with the animals. But as an adult it's more holy shit. This kid needs to see a real doctor. Edit. It's been pointed out that his aunt was genuinely a bad person, which I agree with, but he still should have been taken to a real doctor. The Notebook. Romanticizing cheating because soulmates. Meow. 2017 Hong Kong film. A child with a disability gets mercilessly bullied by her peers and teachers. At the end the cat uses his magic powers to get rid of her disability. Then everyone likes her and she lives happily ever after. Not a movie, but House MD in most hospital dramas. Lots of them make it seem like being a hothead who ignores their coworkers is a good thing that saves lives, but that's how people die. Just about every romance movie. Love at first sight is a recipe for divorce. True love develops naturally over time as you get closer to someone. The Devil Wears Prada. Let your boss constantly treat you like shit because the industry she's in employs people. The Notebook. I will die on this hill. If someone sexually harasses you and they are attractive, then it isn't sexual harassment and you should give them a shot. This feels like easy mode. But the 50 Shades trilogy, it's okay if he abuses you. He had a sad past. And he's rich. Giving you nice things equals love. Right? Right? Specifically just the movie. Patch Adams. An unaccredited hospital that pilfer steals supplies. Tries to treat violent mental patients, something they were not qualified or prepared to do, and all lead by a med student that doesn't study. I state specifically the movie because Drive. Hunter Adams has been very vocal in criticizing the movie as completely inaccurate, particularly the part about him not being a dedicated student. Crazy. Stupid. Love. Steve Carell's character gets cheated on and somehow he still has to give the whole declaration of love at the end. Meet the Parents. Pam is so rude and inconsiderate to Greg and sets him up for failure all weekend. That movie makes me so angry lol. Every 10 minutes I find myself yelling out he should dump her. Any rom-com that says chase the woman and no matter what you'll get them. Only if you chase hard enough. Pretty Woman. Any movie where the expert is proven wrong by the young upstart who has a vision and or faith. It's pretty much created a culture of people who are proud to be ignorant. Because not being educated somehow makes you more down to earth. Or better than people who passionately studied their subjects for years. Never Been Kissed is so cringy. Adult female goes undercover as a high school student. She falls in love with her teacher. And teacher falls in love with his supposed underage student. Fuck. Raya the Last Dragon. The movie wanted me to think she was some stubborn person, when in actuality she was the only sane person. It basically tells you that you should trust someone before getting to know them, and how trusting no one makes you bad. They said that to a girl who watched as her father died. Wonder Woman 1984. Basically, if you have issues with self-confidence and you look up to someone, you are the villain of this movie. This movie is the first movie that I've told people don't watch it. I've seen bad movies cough midnight viewing of them. Night's the Last Airbender cough, but WW84 is the first movie I've seen that has a message that is actively harmful to its audience. There are a lot of people confusing this negative event that is depicted in a movie with the movie promoting that thing as being laudable. Passengers, be creepy and subject a woman to pretty much being trapped in a spaceship until she dies. Just because you have a thing for her. And things will turn out beautifully. Any movie that justifies and forgives someone evil for having a tragic past. Life is not like that. Even if you have had the most devastating past, it is your responsibility to give your best to be the best possible person. To be as healthy as possible. No one will forgive you for being an asshole for having a tough childhood. At most they will tell you the obvious. That you need therapy. Not necessarily the movie overall, but the scene in Civil War, the MCU movie, where Steve decides what to do after hearing Sharon's eulogy. She says something like, even when the whole world is telling you to move, plant yourself. I get what they're going for, but that's kinda really bad advice. Maybe if the whole world is telling you you're wrong, maybe really consider its point of view. Sierra Burgess is a loser. Sierra likes a jock who is in love with this girl who is a cheerleader. The cheerleader is in love with this college guy, but the college dude dumps her for being too dumb. So the jock asked the cheerleader for her number, but she gives him Sierra's number. They are texting, and the entire time he thinks it's the cheerleader. When Sierra finds out, she doesn't correct him, but instead makes a deal with the cheerleader to let her take photos / go out on a date with him, and in exchange Sierra will help the cheerleader be smart. It gets to the point that Sierra follows the cheerleader and jock on a date, and then tricks him into kissing Sierra, and not the jock, because she hid under his car. Then Sierra catches the cheerleader and the jock kissing despite knowing that the jock has thought he was dating the cheerleader the entire time, and decides to publicly expose the cheerleader getting dumped by her college BF ruining. That leads to the jock finding out everything was fake, and that Sierra kissed him against his knowledge. To apologize, she writes his song, and sends it to them and all is forgiven, and the jock even goes out with her. So if you like someone, catfish someone, kiss them against their will, betray someone who was helping you, then sing them a song. Raya in The Last Dragon. Raya was right the whole time. The message sucked. Cuties. It's basically like fighting a villain by being the villain. Forrest Gump has two sides. The fantastical side says, kindness, determinism and honesty will bring you prosperity and luck. The more realistic side says, do as you're told and without question and success will follow. And if you experiment with your life and explore your identity, your life will fall to pieces. The Little Mermaid. Lose your voice to get a man and get married at 16. I loved this movie as a kid, but rewatching it as an adult didn't age well. 13 reasons why. If someone wrongs you, just record messages for them for after you kill yourself. Don't seek justice while you're alive. And if someone innocent gets accused by you, oh well, too late. Also, suicide is awesome and is definitely a way to stick it to people. Cast 2. You, Tomato, can be an absolute idiot and sabotage all the good things I, Lightning McQueen, have going for me on this international vacation I'm paying for. But it's my problem, because that's just the way you are. It's my fault, because need to accept, and be okay with the fact, that you are the worst. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like. If you would like to see more content like this in the future, subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified about future videos. Now check out one of these interesting videos.